what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today I got a delivery in for one of my builds, and I was a little confused when I picked up the box because it says D'Agostini on it. Now, I built R2-D2 through D'Agostini, and I know that Fanhome is now doing most of D'Agostini's builds. They still do some, but Fanhome is doing the majority of them from what I can see. So I had to open this up to see exactly what was inside of it. I wasn't sure. I was like, is this more parts of the DeLorean or what? Because I wasn't sure. I was expecting to get my parts for Optimus Prime, the Fanhome Optimus Prime. So again, I had to open it up, and sure enough, this is the parts for my Fanhome Optimus Prime. This is a pack 11, 12, 13, and 14. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I didn't look all into it. I just picked up the paper off the top of it that tells what's in it. I believe we got our posters in that we were supposed to get a couple of shipments back, but they were out of stock. So I think they came in today. But let me know in the comments down below, what exactly is the relationship between D'Agostini and Fanhome? Because I was a little surprised that this box is all D'Agostini. Usually it comes with the purple Fanhome box on it, and not this time. It's D'Agostini, has the D'Agostini website on the bottom. Let me know what you guys think's going on with this, and maybe you can enlighten me a little bit more on the relationship between Fanhome and D'Agostini. Is it the same company? I couldn't find anything. I looked up a little bit on the internet to see, is it the same company? I didn't really see anything on it. So let me know in the comments down below if you know what's going on with it. Anyways, let's go ahead and get up top and get this thing open. I'd use my knife, but I already cut it open because I wasn't sure. All right, guys, here we go. Let's go ahead and get this thing open. And we got a bunch of paper as always. And let's get these out of here. There's the different stages. Here's the magazines for those stages. And yeah, it looks like we got our posters. Let's check these out. All right, guys, here's the posters. 2 posters. Get them out of the plastic and see how they look. Go ahead and switch cameras back over. All right, guys, these are small posters. They're on a kind of a thick, almost cardstock. Anyways, we have Protect Transformers 747, of course, the date that Transformers came out at the theater. I believe that's what that is. Yeah. And then we have Destroy Transformers here. Also with the date. Let me get that glare off. There we go. Sort of. There it is. Yeah. Put it at an angle for you so you can kind of see it better. Cool looking posters. This one's got a bit of a wrinkle in it. Could probably straighten it out, but yeah, that's no good. They're both like that, which I might have just done taking that. I think I just did that taking it out of the wrapper. I kind of bent it, so my bad on that. Anyways, I like the little paper. Kind of comes in this sleeve here. I kind of like the sleeve even better. Got the model on it here, and then the back. Check that out. I kind of like this better than the actual posters that came with it. That's pretty awesome. I like that a lot. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and get back up top and get into this build.
I am Optimus Prime.
Okay, here's magazine number 1. Archibald Wiki here. Some talking about the movie, I guess. More on some toys here. Starscream. That's pretty cool. Decepticon Series 3. All right, and then we're going to get into working more on that right leg here. Now, I know a lot of people in Europe already got pack 11 with their order. Not sure why they're doing it that way, what the difference is. But anyways, thank you very much. Big shout out to Eddie for emailing me the diagrams of the parts 11 from when you got them in last time. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much, man. And I'm going to be building that now right here. All right, now we're going to use the part number 10B, the cylinder from issue 10, and we're going to connect that to 11B here, the right hip joint. All right, and that's going to go, it's kind of key coded. It's going to fit right into this piece like that, and then we're going to screw that in on the back with a PP screw. All right, it's going to look just like that. Okay, now we're going to take the assembly that we just made and we're going to attach 11D to it using a FM screw. Okay, and if you look at the inside, it's a kind of a D-shaped on the inside, just like this is D-shaped here, and that's just going to slide right into there, and then we're going to attach it with that FM screw from the outside here. And we're going to screw that down. It's metal, but it's going in pretty good. Nice and tight. There we go. It'll look just like that. All right, guys, now we have this thigh piece 10A that we assembled in issue 10. And we're going to attach the assembly that we just made, the hip joint, into that. Okay, the way this is going to go, it's going to go this way around. And this 10 piece here is going to fit into this slot just like that. And now we're going to take part 11C and it's going to go over the top of those pins just like that right there. And we're going to attach that down with 2 BM screws. But first I'm going to put a little oil on these. Make it go in a little easier. That hip joint was a little tough getting in, so this will definitely make it easier. Just a little bloop bloop on there. Bloop. Bloop. Just like that. Put everything back on. And we're just going to get this one started in pretty good, and then we're going to get the other one going, and then we'll tighten them both down. And you want to tighten these nice and securely. Remember, this is the hip joint, so it's going to be holding a lot of weight. So that's really tight, nice and secure on there. And that's the end of step 3. Okay, now we got our assembly of the thigh here, and we have the lower thigh plate 11A, and we're going to put that over the top of 10A, this part of the assembly. And it's just going to fit right over the top like this, and we're going to secure that down with 5 BM screws. But first, I'm going to add a little bloop of oil on all of these screw locations. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 5. Put that back over the top, and we're going to secure that on. All right, let's get them all secured down nice and snug. There we go, guys. And that's how that's going to look. And that's the end of pack 11. And again, that's going to be this section of the thigh right there. So you can see what we've got built so far. We have the head, this part of the chest, the right foot, and this part of the right thigh. Let's move on to stage 12.
I am Optimus Prime.
All right, here's the magazine for stage 12. Kings of the Asphalt. Nemesis Prime. Something about Ironhide here. Beyond the Robots. He's talking about other kind of games and things. All right, here we go on to build of stage 12. And we're going to be continuing on with the right leg. All right, guys, we have 12B and 12D, and these are going to pressure fit together. You're going to make sure you get it the right way around. You got 3 pins and 3 holes on this side, and those are all going to just kind of fit together. Snapping in. Should fit pretty flat against there. So, all right. I believe that is all the way as far as it's gonna go. Should look like that. Very shiny. Look at that. Got a very real metallic look to it. Very cool. All right, now we're going to take the assembly from issue 11 and we're going to attach this to it. Okay, now these pins have a separator on them. As you can see there's like a little ledge. And that's as far as they're going to go in. So you don't want to push it further than that. And these two pins are going to go into these holes right here. Then you want to get it on there and push them in just till they get to that ledge. Kind of a nice firm push there. It fit very snug. No glue needed on that for sure. It's going to look just like that. Nice. Super nice. I'm really loving this build, guys. Really loving it. I can't wait till this thing is done and I can display it and look at it. Anyways, that's the end of step 12-2. Moving on to 12-3, we have 12A and 12C. And 12C is going to snap right into this part of 12A. And you want to push these in gently and firmly in just one kind of movement, just like that. Snap that right in, and it's going to look like that. That's the back with them all the way, they're flush. Okay. Now we're going to add this assembled upper inner plate to the thigh, and we're going to put these 3 pins here, here, and down there into these 3 holes right here, just like we did on the other side. And they also have the little steps on them, and that's as far as they're going to go in. So just get them lined up and start pushing them on so you get them all the way down to where they're supposed to be. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh, how cool is that, man? That looks awesome. That looks awesome. All right. And guys, that is the end of stage 12. Look at that. So cool. So you can see, guys, this is where it's going to attach, and this is going to be the back of Optimus Prime's leg right here. This is the ball joint into the hip. This is the back of his leg. This is his right leg. How cool is that, man? That's awesome. All right, let's move on to stage 13.
I am Optimus Prime.
Here we go with stage 13. Bobby Bolivia, Optimus or Convoy. Let's get a quick look through here. There's a barricade. The 3rd season of the animated series. Here we go. We're going to get into the build. More of the right leg. Looks like we got a lot of pieces on this one. There's a little wrench and stuff, so this one might get interesting. Let's get into it. All right, guys, on step 13.1, we're going to need our part from our previous build. We're going to need 13C, 13P, and 2 13G washers here. We've used some similar to these already on the foot. They look kind of like brake rotors. But we're going to be building the ankle. All right, we're going to take 13C and we're going to hold it this way. And in the back, there's 2 slots in it, and that's where 13C is going to slot into. Now, one is a little larger than the other. You'll see it when you're looking at it. And of course, it's only going to go in that direction. And it's going to lock down on there just like that. And then on the inside, with the little, if you can see it, there you go. You can see the little lines on it. Those little lines are going to face outwards. And it fits in one direction where it slots right in there into this indentation here on the part. Now we're going to take our thigh assembly from the previous, and this other 13G is going to go into this divot right here on the bottom, just like that. That's where the knee's going. We're going to push that on just like that right there. All right, and that should go all the way in like that. And we're going to sit that here for a minute. Okay, now we have 13B, 13L, I'm sorry, 13E, 13L, the little nut, and 2 NM screws. And we're going to take this nut and we're going to put it, this is a, it's like a lock nut. So we're going to put it with the lock side going outward. And we're going to drop it right down into this little slot right here, just like that. Okay, now we're going to put 13E right over the top. Okay, and we're going to fasten that down with the 2 NM screws. Before I do that, I'm going to add a little oil, a little bloop bloop, right on each one. There it is. Put that back on top. All right, it's going to look like that. And there'll be a bolt going through here. That's why you have that nut inside. And that's the end of 13-2. Okay, now we have 13A, 13B, the assembly we just finished doing. We have 2 of those plastic washers with the little lines on them. We have 13N, this bolt, and we have this lock washer, 13K, and this regular washer, 13J. Okay, we're going to take 13A and we're going to put these washers on either side with the grooves facing outwards, just like usual. Which way does it go? This way? Oh no, this is the smaller ones. I had the wrong size ones. There we go. We got the smaller ones here. Again, they're going to go with the grooves facing outwards, one on each side, there and there. All right, and we're going to slide that right into 13B. We're going to put that in, kind of rotate it back and forth. It's going to be a tight fit until we get that all the way, until we get it all the way in there, like that. It's a tight fit, but we can get it in there. Just kind of wiggle it back and forth. Okay, now we're going to put the lock washer onto the bolt. And then we're going to put the regular washer on. And then we're going to put the bolt into here to hold that part on. There we go. Kind of get it started. And then they give us this little wrench here to screw that down with. And we're just going to screw that down. It's going to probably take a minute. It's a long bolt. You got a small socket that'll work better, for sure. There, we get that nice and snug. There we go. That knee joint's still going to be able to move. All right, guys, and that's going to look just like that, and that's going to be able to move. All right, guys, now we got 13A, our assembly from the last step. We got 2 13G washers and 2 NM screws, and we have our thigh build here. Now we have that piece that we just put together. Now we're going to put one of these washers inside this indentation, again with the little lines facing out, and we're going to put one onto this side of the lower leg knee assembly. Okay, we're going to put that together with these 2 pins going inside this part of the leg. And we're going to try to. There it is. Okay, and then we're going to screw these in with the 2 NM screws right here. Okay, we have 13D, 13H, a 13K lock washer, and MP screw. This is the rear plate. You're supposed to put that over this. And then we're going to put this screw on this washer and screw that down. And we'll keep it sticking straight out like that. Anyway, we'll get that snug down. I'll leave it like that. And then we're going to need another lock washer and an HM screw. And we're going to be putting this this pin here. This is going to fit over that pin. Okay, now we're going to secure this onto the leg. We'll put it on this pin right here, and we're going to tighten that down with a HM screw and a lock washer. And just like that. All right, now we got 13F and 13M, this pin. And then this is 13C, and we're going to put this on and put the pin through it. That's probably going to be much easier said than done, especially trying not to mar it. There we go. Just kind of work it a little bit. Might have to use the old pliers, but I don't want to mar this up. If this pin falls out of here, this whole thing comes off. But if this pin right here, this thing comes out, the whole leg's going to come apart. And it happened to me once. I had to put it back in again. All right, let me see if I can get that pushed in. If you're going to use pliers on this, you want to use something over here to protect it so you don't scratch it up. Yeah, folded up piece of paper, piece of cardboard, something. Let's see what I can do here. There we go, just ease it in. Let's see if they got it in there. Yeah, they got it flush. There we go. So I just used some folded cardboard on each side and some pliers and pushed that right in there. But anyways, guys, that's the end of stage 13. It'll look just like that. I'm afraid of this falling out and then the knee just coming apart again on me. Nice. All right, let's move on to stage 14.
My name is Optimus Prime.
All right, here's stage 14. Talking about the soundtrack. Optimus Prime. Jetfire to the Deserter. Arrival of the Headmaster. All right, and we're going to get into more building on this right leg here. Let's get started. All right, guys, we need our build from the last magazines. We have 14C, 14N, we got 14J, and then we have a washer and a lock washer that's going to be going on this. So what we're going to do is take 14N and it's going to go inside with the lock part of the nut facing outwards. We can get it in there. Probably just use some tweezers and get that in a little easier. It's going to fit right in the middle, just like that. And like I said, we got the plastic part on the inside facing out because that's what's going to screw in this direction. All right, we need our leg, our bolt, and our washers. So we're going to put the washers on. Lock washer is going to go first, then the regular washer onto our bolt. Okay, now we're going to take our leg, and on this side, we're going to put our inner knee protector, what this is called, and it's going to fit over this part of the knee. So this is what's going to attach this knee in together so it don't come apart. And it's kind of keyed, but it only will go on one direction. So I get that on there like that, and then we're gonna take our nut and we're gonna push it through. I mean our bolt, and push it through and get that started into that nut on the other side. All right, and then we're gonna take our wrench that we got in a previous stage, and we're going to tighten this down. Again, if you got a small socket, it'll probably be better. This isn't the easiest way to do it. Okay, guys, you want to tighten this nice and securely because, again, these joints are going to be holding a lot of weight, so you want them nice and snug. There we go. All right, now that knee is on nice and firm. Look at that. How cool is that? It's so freaking cool. All right, let's move on. All right, so my worries of this coming apart now are over. That piece secured that knee in together, so we don't have to worry about it coming apart anymore. All right, guys, now we have this blade. Look at this thing. What? Look at that. All right, that's going to go on just under this knee protector ring here. We need to slide it underneath there. It's just going to snap in, and it's got a little, has a little thing on it right there that's going to fit into corresponding spot on here. So we just need to get it pushed in there, which is always easier said than done. Gotta get that lined up. It's supposed to go behind this blue piece, just behind it like that. When the leg moves, it doesn't hit this blue piece. All right, guys, we got two of those washers from stage 13 that were still left over. 13L, I believe is what they were. And then we have 14E, and we have an NP screw. So we're going to take right here on this part of the leg, on either side, we're going to put one of these, of course, with the little lines facing out like always. I'm going to put one on each side, and we're going to hold those, and we're going to slide. It's going to go this way. It's going to look like it's upside down when you slide it on, but it's going to go this way around. And then the screw is going to go from this side. We're going to put the screw in, kind of fill our way in with it, and we're going to tighten that down. And just snug it down. And then that is like the kneecap's going to come up that direction. It's going to look just like that. And that was the end of step 14.3. Okay, now we got 14A, 14B, 14G, and 14K, this little metal pin. Okay, we're going to take 14B, and that's going to go this way around. This is the cylinder plate, and it's going to push into the inside rear leg cylinder right there. Just push it down in there till it snaps in nice and snug, just like that. Okay, now 14G is going to go this way around, and it's going to slide in there like that. Okay, now we want to take the small pin, and we're going to put it in with the grooves facing outwards. It's got little grooves on one side right here, and those are going to be facing outwards. Just going to kind of get it started, and then we're going to use our pliers, and we're going to push that all the way in with the pliers. And all the way in there. All right, just like that. Okay, and that's all we had to do on step 14.4. Now we're moving to 14.5. Okay, now we need an HM screw and a lock washer. And we're going to take our leg piece and we're going to locate 13D. That's this piece that we put on before. And we're going to rotate that up this way out of the way. And then we're going to attach 14G onto 13A. And that's going to be this lower pin right here. And we're going to put that on that pin. Just like that. And we're going to attach that down with our screw and washer. And you got a lot of extra pieces, plastic pieces and things on the outside, so you want to be careful how you're holding this so you don't break anything. But you got to get a little pressure on this to really get it snugged down. And I think I'm going to take that off. I'm going to put a little oil on that so it goes in easier. Put a little bloop on there. All right, let's try this one more time here. A little oil on it. All right, that's way better. Nice and snug down. There we go. And now we can bring this piece back down where it's supposed to be, just like that. Oh my gosh, just look at the detail on this thing so far. Guys, this is just one leg. Wow, that's cool. All right, now we got 14I, 14H, and these two little 14Os. And we're going to take 14I this way, and we're going to attach 14H over the top. It's got 3 pins. It's going to go into these 3 holes, and it's going to basically match up, mirror the other side. Just like that. I'm going to push that in. So it looks like this. All right, now we got 14D, this circle piece. And that's going to also match these holes and fit in. Can only go really one direction, I think. Yeah, just match it up. Push that in, just like that. All right, now we got these two 14O, and they have a D shape in them. And they're going to go facing back towards the disc that we just put on. And we want to get those put on. There's one. And then we'll put the other one on this side. And there it is. Okay. And that completes the outer ring assembly. And that's step 14.6 is done. Now we're going to move to 14.7. And we're going to add that to the leg. All right, we got 2 pins here, guys. And it's going to go into those pins. There we go. I got that straightened out now. That was supposed to kind of go flat along the edge of that piece. All right, now we got a big hole and a smaller hole and a big pin and a smaller pin, and that's going to go right on those and push in. Just push all the way down on there like that. All right, guys, and that is the end of the build this time, and that is looking absolutely amazing. Look at this leg. That's so cool. So this is the back. As you can see, this piece is going to move up and down, and this piece moves as well. How great is that, huh? That looks fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and get back to the main camera. All right, guys, that is the end of box 4, stages 11 through 14. Yeah, 11 through 14.
We're done.
And look at that. We've got a lot of this right leg done. That's basically how it's going to be. Look at the freaking detail in this thing. Holy cow, guys. Look at this thing. All right, so this is the knee. It's going to bend. You see it's bendable. So freaking cool, man. And this part also bends as well. This thing is freaking heavy, man. This thing is mostly metal with plastic accents on it. It is freaking heavy. You know, there's going to be more parts on this side. Wow. I can't wait to get going even further on this. Man, this thing is freaking awesome. Whatever you have to say about these kind of builds, this thing is quality. It's heavy. And it's going to be big, and I can't wait to finish it. Again, which Optimus Prime are you guys liking better? Are you liking the OG from Agora Models, the G1 Optimus Prime, or are you a bigger fan of this Michael Bay Optimus Prime, which I was leaning more towards the original, and it's going to be amazing as well. I mean, just look at the size of the freaking arm on this. I'm waiting to get the rest of the arm for the other arm to finish that, but holy cow, man, the detail that's in this Michael Bay Optimus Prime is fantastic, and I can't wait to continue on with it. Also, if you guys are interested in building this, I'll leave a link down in the description down below for you. I'm just a guy who really enjoys building these kind of models, and I like doing it on YouTube. So if you like these kind of models too, just like me, give it a big thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. I'm Chewysolo, and this is Black and Red. See ya.
Woo! Now that is a whole lot of fun right there.